You're sitting quietly on your couch after a long day. The room is calm, almost silent. And then your dog walks over, pauses, and begins to sniff you. Not just once, but again, and again, and again. They move from your hands to your face, your clothes, even the air around you. Their nose twitches with focus, almost like they're reading something invisible. You might laugh it off. Maybe you gently push them away. Or maybe you wonder, why do they keep doing this? It feels intentional. Almost like they're trying to understand something. Most dog owners believe this behavior is simple. Harmless curiosity. Maybe your dog smells food. Maybe they're just being playful. Or perhaps, they think it's just a quirky habit with no real meaning behind it. But behavioral science tells a very different story. Because when your dog repeatedly sniffs you, they are not just smelling you. They are decoding you. To understand this, we need to step into your dog's world, a world that isn't built on sight or sound, but on scent. Dogs experience reality through their noses in a way that is almost impossible for humans to imagine. While we rely heavily on vision, dogs rely on smell as their primary sense of understanding the world around them. In fact, a dog's sense of smell is estimated to be tens of thousands of times more sensitive than ours. But it's not just about strength. It's about complexity. Every scent your dog detects carries layers of information. When they sniff you, they aren't just identifying your smell. They are gathering data. Your emotional state. Your health. Your recent activities. Even subtle chemical changes happening inside your body. You are, in a very real sense, a walking story to them. And every sniff is another page. From a psychological perspective, this behavior is deeply tied to attachment and bonding. In the same way humans use eye contact, tone of voice, and touch to connect, dogs use scent. Repeated sniffing is not random. It is intentional communication. Studies in animal behavior have shown that dogs use scent recognition as a primary method of identifying individuals and strengthening social bonds. Researchers have observed that dogs who are closely attached to their owners spend more time engaging in scent-based behaviors, including prolonged sniffing. It's how they confirm, you are still you. And that matters more than you might think. Because unlike humans, dogs don't assume consistency. To them, the world is constantly changing. Every moment carries new information. So when your dog repeatedly sniffs you, they are updating their understanding of you in real time. Think of it as emotional checking in. But there's another layer to this behavior, one rooted in evolution. Long before dogs became our companions, their ancestors survived in the wild by relying on scent for everything. Tracking prey. Detecting danger. Recognizing pack members. Navigating their environment. Scent wasn't just useful. It was essential. And within a pack, scent played a critical role in maintaining social structure. Wolves, for example, regularly sniff each other to gather information about health, status, and emotional condition. It helped them maintain cohesion. It kept the group stable. That instinct never disappeared. It simply adapted. Now, instead of a wolf pack, your dog has you. They're human. They're anchor. So when they repeatedly sniff you, they are engaging in an ancient behavior, one that once ensured survival. Only now, it ensures connection. There's also a fascinating neurological component to this interaction. When your dog smells you, their brain processes scent information in a way that is closely linked to memory and emotion. The olfactory system in dogs is directly connected to areas of the brain responsible for emotional responses. This means that your scent doesn't just inform them. It affects them. It can calm them, excite them, comfort them. In fact, research has shown that when dogs smell their owners, it can trigger the release of oxytocin, the same hormone associated with bonding and affection in humans. Oxytocin is often called the love hormone, and it plays a key role in forming social attachments. So when your dog repeatedly sniffs you, they may actually be strengthening their emotional bond with you on a chemical level. At the same time, your scent can also provide information about stress. Humans release different chemical signals when they feel anxious or afraid. Dogs are incredibly sensitive to these changes. Studies have demonstrated that dogs can detect shifts in human emotional states purely through scent. So if you've had a stressful day, even if you say nothing, your dog already knows. And that repeated sniffing? It might not just be curiosity. It might be concern. Your dog could be trying to understand what's wrong. Trying to regulate their own response to your emotions. Trying to stay connected to you in a moment when you might feel disconnected from yourself. There's something quietly profound about that. Because it means your dog doesn't just see you. They feel you. And then comes the deeper insight, the moment most people miss. Repeated sniffing is not just about gathering information. It's about reassurance. Dogs live in a world where stability equals safety. And you are a central part of that stability. When they sniff you over and over again, they are confirming something very important: you are here. You are safe. You are still their person. It's a small act, but it carries a deep emotional weight. Especially in moments of uncertainty. When you come home after being away. When your routine changes. When your mood shifts. These are the times when your dog is most likely to engage in repeated sniffing. Because in those moments, they need to reconnect. They need to recalibrate their sense of the world. And you are the center of that world. But like all behaviors, context matters. There's a difference between normal, healthy sniffing and changes that might signal something deeper. If your dog suddenly starts sniffing you far more than usual, or seems fixated in an intense or restless way, it's worth paying attention. Changes in behavior can sometimes indicate anxiety, stress, or even underlying health concerns. For example, increased sniffing can be linked to heightened alertness or uncertainty. Your dog might be trying to gather more information because something feels off in their environment or in you. On the other hand, a decrease in sniffing behavior can also be meaningful. If a dog who once frequently engaged in scent-based interaction suddenly stops, it could signal emotional withdrawal, illness, or a shift in their sensory perception. Dogs communicate subtly. And often, silently. The key is not to dismiss these behaviors as meaningless habits, but to see them as part of a larger conversation, one that doesn't rely on words. Because your dog is always communicating. Even in the quietest moments. And maybe that's the most beautiful part of all this. In a world where humans often struggle to express what they feel, your dog has found a way to connect without language. Without explanation. Without hesitation. They simply come closer. And breathe you in. Again and again. As if to say, I know you. I feel you. I'm here. And maybe, without realizing it, you respond too. With a gentle touch. A soft smile. A quiet presence. And in that moment, something extraordinary happens. Two different species, sharing a connection that goes beyond words. Built not on logic. But on trust. On instinct. On something deeply, undeniably real. So the next time your dog comes up to you and starts sniffing again and again, pause for a moment. Don't push them away. Don't dismiss it. Instead, notice it. Because in that simple act, your dog is doing something remarkable. They are trying to understand you. To connect with you. To stay close to you. In the only way they truly know how. And maybe, that's something worth appreciating. If you've ever noticed your dog doing this, or if their behavior has ever made you curious, share your experience in the comments. Every dog has their own story, and every story helps us understand them a little better. And if you want to explore more of the hidden psychology behind your dog's behavior, make sure to subscribe and watch the next video. Because the more we understand them, the deeper our bond becomes.